Matt Doherty is live near Baytown tonight with the very latest. Matt?
Yeah, as of last update from the sheriff, there are still 4 demonstrators dangling from that bridge. He's telling us that he wants to get them all down tonight. From a distance, the expertly choreographed display looks almost like an art installation. The colorful ribbons waving in the wind, symbolizing fossil fuels burning in the air. At the end of each rope, a protester, 11 of them in total, dangling for hours.
We have now shut down all marine traffic up the Houston shipping channel for over 9 hours.
Like this guy, who calls himself Tracy Red on Twitter, who shared updates during the demonstration.
I'm going to try and take a nap, and we'll check in with everyone later.
But as the day grew long, authorities said they could no longer assume the protesters were safe. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez said there was no way to confirm they were using the proper gear, and no way to make sure none of them were in distress. The decision was made for rescue crews to engage, making it down to each protester, then bringing each one to custody.
At least they're coming down safe, and they're coming peacefully.
On the shore, Baytown residents gathered to watch the excitement.
It's a little intense, it's like this is Baytown. I mean, we've had the plants here for years and years. Like, this is our way of life. Like, if they don't like it, get out.
One by one, demonstrators are brought to land and booked.
Harris County ain't no punk!
Some of them, like Tracy Red, were heckled.
No, sir, you gotta go.
Come on, man.
No, sir.
Oh, you gotta go, sir.
At one point, deputies didn't want us to see what happened next. We advised them of our rights and deputies backed away. But from all we could see up to this point, everything has ended peacefully. Again, 4 protesters are still hanging from the bridge at this hour. Now, the sheriff tells us that this is extremely dangerous for these fire crews who are having to rappel down these lines to go engage these demonstrators, then bring them back up to safety. They hope to get them all tonight. We'll see if it happens. Back to you guys.
What an... Levi Ismail went to check it out.
I have 2 orders.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's your 4 pounds mayo.
I was just excited that they're finally open.
It's that excitement that keeps them coming back.
Hi. Good.
And makes waiting
It's been about an hour now.
feel effortless.
We had about 45 cars in line at 2:30.
Usually it's wrapped up past that street back there.
At the Crawfish Shack in Crosby, it's the first taste of mud bugs some have had in months.
And I want 3 pounds mo spicy.
They sold out in just hours. Seriously. But that's what happens when you're committed to being the first to do so and know there's a demand.
We have a lot of regular customers, but we have a lot of people that travel a good distance.
Because they know just about half of the crawfish that comes here makes the cut for their bag.
We may lose 30, 35, 40% when we cull through them, that we take that loss, but we want to put out a good quality product.
Everyone has their reasons.
We make them really, really spicy, which is why I keep coming back.
But there's something to be said
Welcome back.
about always feeling welcomed that makes any wait well worth it.
But it's coming. Lauren Tallarico along the river in Richmond tonight with their concerns. And I understand a lot of lightning where you are, Lauren.
Yeah, a lot of lightning, and as you can tell, it is just chucking it down with rain. But here we're at Westendorf Park, which is right next to the Richmond Police Department. And it's not only the rain that folks are worried about here, it's the Brazos River, because see this park? It is already covered in water. The Brazos here is about 2.5 feet above its flood stage and rising. In fact, the projections increased a few hours ago. By Sunday, it's expected to crest at nearly 50 feet, and that is at major flood level. So of course nobody likes to hear that. This is the slow concern that we have out here. What does that mean? It means that roads and homes in the county will likely face some serious damage. We've already seen some of that near Brazos Bend State Park today. The river there has invaded nearby fields and homes, and there is concern it will even rise above bridges, trapping some folks. Now today the Fort Bend County Office of Emergency Management was helping evacuate livestock. Also, some roads are underwater already, and that's why Brazos Bend State Park is closed too. Now, emergency officials are keeping a close eye on both the Brazos and the St. Bernard rivers, of course, and they are asking you to do the same exact thing. They are tracking conditions by drone and have uploaded those videos for you on their Facebook page so you can see exactly what is going on in your backyard. Now, besides signing up for KHOU text alerts, of course, Fort Bend County residents can also get alerts from the county by texting FBC Alert to 888-777. That's 888-777. Of course, there is no such thing as too much warning. So Fort Bend County residents who are a bit anxious, and I know there are a lot of you because this river has caused some serious damage in the past, emergency officials also have boats and rescue vehicles standing by in case you need them. But don't be like me if you don't have to be. Stay home, cuddle up, watch a movie.
Yeah.
Back to you guys.
All right, hang in there, Lauren. The Brazos rising. Thank you. Check out a time lapse.
If you think it looks bad outside this Katy home,
Here's one of the bullets. Shatter the window.
wait until you see inside.
Oh my gosh.
Windows, walls, cabinets.
See all them bullets?
48 bullet holes, making this family home look like a war zone.
Is it the wrong house or it's not me, whatever they're looking for.
Netaloo has peacefully lived here with his wife and 2 daughters for 9 years. Then, yesterday morning, that all changed. A nearby surveillance camera shows a silver car drive by at 1:48. Seconds later, you hear one shot. 2.5 minutes later, 17 more. Then the car speeds off. Alou called the Harris County Sheriff's Office, filed a report, and thought maybe it was a freak mistake. Then, at 11:41 last night, the car came back.
That's when he went crazy.
30 rounds fired at close range while his daughters and wife slept.
She literally dragged herself off of the bed, crawled all the way to the girls' bedroom. She grabbed him and she put him in a corner. Yeah, it was scary.
Scary is an understatement. The bullets went right through the chairs his kids sit at every day.
Do you have to stop yourself from thinking about what could have happened?
A lot, yeah.
And while the gunman is on the streets, he'll be staying somewhere else.
I don't feel secure anymore, you know. Please leave us alone.
Chris Carr was there.
All right. Look at this line, this turnout.
Wow. You want really special candy or just special candy?
Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
My goodness, you're just going to sleep through this, huh?
You think you can handle more than this? Okay, hold on just a minute.
The line goes all the way around the building. This is just phenomenal. And our residents are so grateful and they're having the time of their life right now.
Where it's at now. All down the hall. All down the hall.
Twix, M&M's, Butterfingers, Laffy Taffy, Reese's Pieces, Kit Kat and Twix, a Jolly Rancher. I'm gonna eat your microphone!
Oh, thank you.
Hey, look. I haven't seen such big smiles in a long time.
This is the best trick-or-treating in the world.
It means a lot. My grandma lives here, so it's very special.
Thank you, sir. No, don't eat it all at one time.
That gentleman right until his very last breath.
I haven't felt in a while.
At just 16 years old, this bright-smiled sophomore at Spring High School
Isn't easier said than done.
died the way he lived.
Just say it now.
Greater love have no man than to give his life for a friend.
I don't know what you're doing to me, but I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Joseph Thomas was the baby in his family, the youngest of 4.
Renaissance kid. He plays guitar, drums, keyboard.
Everyone knew him as the kid with the guitar.
Also an actor who liked school and one of the downright best guys you could know.
If you're really happy, he'll be really happy with you. If you're really sad, then he has a lot of empathy.
Don't judge based on the side you see. I'm still human, I hope you see.
He dreamed of becoming a psychologist and musician. But on Sunday, a trip to Matagorda Beach changed that. His friend and her mom got caught up in a rip current.
Joseph was able to throw the daughter out of the riptide, and so she could get to safety. But then the water swept him away.
Joseph Thomas was recovered Monday evening, and though his family is broken, their pride in their son will never be.
There's a young lady that's living today because of what he did, of my son. Okay, he's represented himself and he represented us well.
For hours.
That's the guy.
We followed their search through Southwest Houston.
He drives a Chrysler 300, it's black rims.
U.S. Marshals, undercover Houston police. Their target, a documented gang member. A guy who beat 2 murder raps, did time for organized crime, drugs, and there's something new.
He assaulted, I think it's a former girlfriend or baby mama, one of the two. He went over to her place and she claims that strangled her. Yeah. So we have some video.
He's also allegedly pimping out a younger white female as well on Bissonnette.
From everything that the West Side investigators have been saying, like he's the shot caller from jail even.
Which triggered
some good work right there.
This surprise takedown.
This is somebody during this operation that we completely are focusing in on, are violent criminals, documented gang members.
Last year, Operation Triple Beam grabbed more than $1 million worth of drugs. Cops around Houston arrested more than 200 gang members, too, many of them part of MS-13, a group President Trump singled out for crime. But in a city with 20,000 people in gangs, the feds wanted more. So HPD's Jump Out Boys showed us photos of their new targets, their tattoos, nicknames, known gang members linked to unsolved murders and shootings in Southwest and North Houston.
We're trying to focus in both areas and put a dent in their operation.
They started in September, and just a few weeks in, Cameron Welch saw things heat up.
Maybe 15 pursuits. We've been involved in 2 shootings. We've seized a whole bunch of narcotics. We had one gentleman actually jump out a 3rd-story apartment window who was wanted for murder.
We followed his team the day Tropical Storm Imelda blew in.
We got that one felony warrant for injury to a child. Okay. I think they may have one other one in the stack.
Some good and bad news. Bad news is we missed our target here, but the good news is we got 2 out of this house, and the individual we got is a tagged gangster disciple. So we just got a documented gang member.
A few days later, they grabbed a guy hiding 4 grams of crystal meth, a long list of AKAs, and possible ties to a drug cartel.
What was he wanted for?
Ag assault.
Ag assault, and he's a Crip.
This guy, caught on Bissonnette, ranked among their biggest gets, but it hardly closed the door on Marshall's search for more. Larry Seward, KHOU 11 News.